Tantra is often whispered about, misunderstood, romanticized, sometimes even mocked. There is a quiet unease surrounding it, not toward Tantra itself, but toward those who misuse it. Because when Tantra is mishandled, it doesn't fail gently, it doesn't simply stop working. It turns inward and then outward. Stay with me till the end of this video because what you're about to hear explains why advanced yogis are not afraid of dark rituals but deeply cautious of people who awaken forces they don't understand. Tantra was never a path for power. The biggest lie ever told about Tantra is that it is a shortcut to power. Yogic science never saw Tantra as a technique to dominate reality. It was a technology of exposure. Tantra removes filters. It dissolves boundaries. It amplifies whatever already exists within you. Love becomes overwhelming. Fear becomes paralyzing. Desire becomes obsession. Tantra does not purify, it magnifies. This is why it was never taught publicly. Not because it was evil, but because it was unforgiving. In yogic understanding, every human being carries dormant forces. Tantra activates them rapidly. Without inner stability, these forces do not rise upward. They scatter. This scattering is what yogis feared. A scattered energy system does not stay contained. It leaks into thought, speech, sexuality, ambition, and ego. The person becomes unpredictable, not enlightened, not mad, but distorted. In Mystic Musings, Sadhguru once warned Tantra is like high voltage electricity. If the wiring is not right, illumination becomes destruction. This was not poetic exaggeration. Tantra bypasses gradual preparation. It assumes maturity. It assumes clarity. It assumes responsibility. When these are missing, the practice still works, just not in the way the practitioner expects. Why misuse creates fear, not awe? A person misusing Tantra doesn't gain mastery. They gain intensity without direction. Their presence feels heavy. Their emotions feel extreme. Their intentions feel charged, but unclear. Yogis sensed this immediately, not through intuition, but through energetic incoherence. Such a person becomes a destabilizing field. Not because they are powerful, but because they are uncontained. This is why yogis kept distance. Tantra without ethics is dangerous. Tantra does not come with moral safeguards. It assumes the practitioner already has them. When ego enters Tantra, desire accelerates. Control fantasies grow. Manipulation becomes tempting. This is where misuse begins, not through rituals, but through intention. A misaligned intention turns inner forces outward, and once projected outward, they don't obey personal boundaries. Why yogis never confronted such people? Here's the surprising part. Yogis didn't fight misuse. They didn't expose it. They didn't oppose it. They withdrew. Because engaging with an unstable tantric system risks entanglement, not psychologically, energetically. A chaotic field pulls coherence into disorder. Silence was protection. Distance was wisdom. Tantra was meant for dissolution, not control. True Tantra dissolves identity. It erases the doer. It burns ambition. Misuse Tantra does the opposite. It inflates the sense of self. It hardens identity. It sharpens desire. This inversion terrified yogis because a sharpened ego powered by subtle energy is far more dangerous than ignorance. Tantra was never hidden to create mystery, it was hidden to prevent damage. Because once certain doors open, they don't close easily. And when the mind is not ready, what enters does not feel divine. It feels overwhelming. Yogis respected this boundary deeply. The deeper truth, yogis didn't fear Tantra. They feared half awareness. They feared power without humility, intensity without stillness, knowledge without dissolution. Because enlightenment is not about adding force, it's about disappearing into clarity. Anything that strengthens the self before dissolving it is a dangerous detour. So, why do yogis fear people who misuse Tantra? Not because Tantra is dark, but because misuse creates imbalance, and imbalance spreads. If this video changed the way you see spiritual power, share it with someone who thinks awakening is about control. Like the video if restraint suddenly feels wiser than intensity. And subscribe for more deep explorations into mystic musings, yogic science, and the hidden responsibilities behind spiritual knowledge. Because in the yogic world, true power is not what you awaken, but what you refuse to misuse.